Amid rising tensions in the Middle East, Iran has seized 2 ships, one of them linked to India, alleging they crossed the Strait of Hormuz without authorization. Dramatic footage of the operation has since surfaced, released by Iran itself, showing masked commandos boarding the vessels in a high-risk maneuver. This development comes shortly after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a unilateral extension of the ceasefire with Iran. Tehran, however, accused Washington of using repeated ceasefire extensions as a tactic to buy time and build up forces for a potential surprise attack. Against this tense backdrop, the 2 vessels were intercepted on Wednesday. The ships in question were the Panama-flagged MSC Francesca and the Liberia-flagged Epaminondas. The MSC Francesca was traveling from Dubai to Mundra port in Gujarat, India. Both vessels were later escorted to the Iranian coast. This marks the first such seizure by Iran since hostilities with the United States and Israel escalated on February 28. The released video is striking. It shows Iranian commandos racing toward the cargo ships in speedboats, then climbing aboard using ladders. Armed with rifles, they conducted a full search of the vessels, including the engine room. One commando was even seen scaling up to the upper deck. Reports indicate that warning fire was directed at the India-bound Epaminondas, and grenades may have been launched from the speedboats. However, no crew casualties have been reported so far. At the time of the incident, the MSC Francesca was located about 6 miles off the Iranian coast when it also came under fire. Iranian Revolutionary Forces stated that neither vessel had the required authorization to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, warning that any violation of its regulations would lead to serious consequences. Meanwhile, the Persian Gulf has effectively turned into a geopolitical flashpoint. In the midst of this volatility, the massive oil tanker Desh Garima successfully reached Indian shores, carrying 97,000 metric tons of crude oil. This was no ordinary voyage. It was made possible by a robust security escort provided by the Indian Navy. Caught between gunfire and naval protection. On April 18, 2026, tensions in the Strait of Hormuz reached a critical point. Gunboats associated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, known as the IRGC, were reportedly firing at foreign vessels. The situation forced 2 Indian ships, the Sanmar Herald and the Jag Arnav, to retreat. However, the Desh Garima continued its journey. Owned by the Shipping Corporation of India, known as SCI, the tanker was surrounded by a protective formation of Indian Navy warships. This strong naval presence effectively deterred any potential threat. After safely passing through the Gulf of Oman, the vessel, carrying 31 Indian crew members, arrived at Mumbai port on April 22nd. What is Operation Urja Suraksha? Operation Urja Suraksha is a special initiative by the Government of India aimed at safeguarding Indian commercial shipping routes during times of heightened geopolitical risk. Under this operation, at least 7 advanced warships have been deployed across the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea. Their mission is to ensure the safe passage of Indian vessels. Despite the looming threat of conflict, the Desh Garima became the 10th Indian ship to successfully complete this dangerous route without incident. Although Iran continues to claim that the Strait of Hormuz remains open, repeated incidents involving IRGC-linked forces have raised serious concerns among global maritime organizations. Given the volatility of the situation, India is taking no chances. Both the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Shipping have emphasized that the safety of Indian sailors is the government's top priority. Experts believe this successful operation is not just about securing oil supplies. It is also a strong demonstration of India's growing naval capabilities